This was their home. And you slaughtered all of them! How could you take all those innocent lives? This was beyond life and death. There was no other path to true freedom. How can you not see that? I see what you are. Murderer! Monster! Butcher!
Fulfill your final purpose. Annihilation. The fate of all who carry my blade. My son. This blade does not belong to darkness. It was forged by valor. And also by honor. Its legacy and ours are with you, even here. Now, let it be finished. Must not be.
You have betrayed your duty as Arbiter, and shall be bound forevermore. Your madness has threatened the cycle of life and death entire.
You could have sought another way, brother. Imagine what we could have accomplished together.
With the Mawwalker's aid, the Covenants have been renewed. Yet one sigil is still required to pursue Zoval. The Arbiters.
Though her presence is lost to darkness, her voice still sings within us.
Blessed be her voice. Together, we shall manifest the final sigil.
This is our purpose.
The way is open. Through that gateway lies Zereth Mortis, the realm of the First Ones, and the very heart of the Shadowlands. It is a sacred place forbidden to outsiders, even the Pantheon of Death. But we cannot allow the jailer to breach the sepulchre.
Arise, Marsworn! Destroy them all!
Nathrazim! Ride the worm into battle. Hurry!
Too many! Our defenses cannot hold!
This place is of no consequence. The sepulchre will soon be within reach. If I truly replaced you, would anyone notice?
Champion, it seems you could use some assistance.
Ah, Lady Proudmoore. A pity you did not come sooner. But I have stalled long enough for Zoval's champion. Farewell.
The champion Mal'Ganis was speaking of must be Anduin.
After he struck down the Arbiter, the jailer was able to dominate us in an instant. If Anduin is alone, then we may have a chance.
The melody fades. I await your voice.
Open a way. The Sepulchre's secrets will be mine.
We must find a way to follow them. Jaina, are you all right?
Anduin's blade. I sense something familiar. A presence within it. There's no time to ponder it now. We have to tell Bolvar what's happened.
Walker. I came the moment Bolvar notified me.
We came, Draven. We.
The strategy is I go first.
Hey! Get back here!
Sylvanas' soul has been fractured from the moment of her death until now.
Burn it! This was their home. And you slaughtered all of them! How could you take all those innocent lives? This was beyond life and death. There was no other path to true freedom. How can you not see that? I see what you are. Murderer! Monster! Butcher! Why can I not escape this torment?
The jailer has severed their bond and condemned her to endlessly relive her atrocities. So long as her soul remains divided, she cannot wake.
Maybe she shouldn't.
She's the only one who knows the jailer's plan and how we might save Anduin.
She's the one that turned Anduin.
Jaina is right. How can we possibly trust her?
Her wound runs so much deeper than mine. Well met, Ranger General.
What is this? Who are you?
Someone who shared your fate, felled by the blade of the very same prince.
Arthas. I died trying to stop that monster, only to wake up haunted by one with my face.
That Banshee is you.
No. I cannot accept that.
Her path began where yours ended, and you've seen the decisions she made.
Never in 1,000 lifetimes would I betray everything I stood for. You can't possibly understand.
The jailer is deceptively cunning. When I realized I had become his pawn, it nearly destroyed me. He had no doubts it would destroy you as well. Was he right? Or will you accept her shattered legacy and tell us how to stop him?
Her crimes are unforgivable.
Yes.
And she... Burn it! I must face the consequences.
We cannot change the past, and we may never find forgiveness in the future. But inaction damns us all. Time is short, Ranger General. Make your choice. I've done all I can. Tell the others what you told me.
You all have witnessed the jailer's power firsthand. Without the means to resist his domination, we have no chance against him. Anduin may be the key, if we can save him from—
You dare speak of freeing him after all you have done!
Sylvanas held the Mournblade that bound him. Her presence may help free Anduin from the jailer's grasp.
I will never trust her.
Then trust in me.
Always, Uther. Very well. We will prepare to enter the Sepulchre and save Anduin. Together.
Understand. This one is bound to me.
Anduin!
Fulfill your final purpose. Annihilation. The fate of all who carry my blade. My son, this blade does not belong to darkness. It was forged by valor.
And also by honor.
Its legacy and ours are with you, even here.
Finished.
Is this all that remains of him?
The last flicker of his scarred spirit, consumed in the forges of the jailer.
No crown, no throne, not even a soul left for judgment. I hated you, hunted you, and with each selfish act became you. That is my burden to bear. But your legacy is at an end. Be gone then, Arthas Menethil. May the last whisper of your name fade and be forgotten.
Domination is akin to communication, a language, if you will. One so powerful that it interferes with a creature's very understanding of itself. This is why it is almost impossible to resist. If we can disrupt that interference long enough, we may find a way to thwart it. Take the Helm to the Endless Sands and infuse it with the language of the First Ones.
We will need to bring the remaining shards of the Helm as well.
I can bear them to Bastion, Father.
This is a perilous undertaking, Kyrian. Domination magic is not easy to overcome.
We must harness what is within us. There is no other choice.
It must be done. I am willing to bear any suffering, so long as it will help.
What is this? It's too much!
I cannot.
Anduin, we cannot put him through this again.
I see your struggle, young lion. Allow me to offer perspective. I don't remember the exact moment I wrested control. I do remember the rush of freedom, the clarity of purpose. When I loosed my arrow, I sought to become his judge and his executioner. I thought that if I could punish him for his crimes, I would be absolved of mine. Forgiven for the atrocities he forced me to commit against my own people. But there would be no justice that day for anyone. That is yet to come.
There. I have done all I can.
This is not the end of your suffering, but it is a step forward.
Once more, into the maw.
Let us be done with this.
It is time to remake what has been broken.
What is to stop this new Helm from being used to enslave others?
It is to become something greater. An instrument of free will.
Never again will a Lich King reign in Icecrown.
imbued with the strength of those who defied domination. That which sought to bind us will be made anew. Behold, the crown of wills!
With this reforging, our wills are our own.
For the future.
For the Shadowlands.
For Azeroth.
This will be the end of Zovaal. Focus your efforts on Zovaal's defeat.
We will finish this.
The song seeks a voice. Ascend. Reclaim. Restore.
Pelagos, what do you mean?
In service to the Shadowlands, I offer my soul.
What? No!
I have yet to ascend, Clea. Perhaps there was a reason for it.
But your soul! You do not have to do this.
I know. This is my choice, sister. My purpose.
I do not want to let you go.
Our souls are bound as one. We will never be apart.
A new voice freely offer. A worthy soul, pure and unburdened. Balance. Restore.
Tell Adrestes I am sorry I could not become an acolyte.
Somehow, I think he will understand.
Mawwalker, my friend, without you, I may never have found my path. Now I can direct the flow of souls to the afterlives they justly deserve. Yet one goal remains before us. To truly restore balance to the Shadowlands, the Jailer must be defeated.
I have faith that the Mawwalker and their allies will succeed.
Go in service, friends. Oribos and all the Shadowlands are counting on you.
Can your mortal minds fathom how long I have waited? Every event set in motion, every pawn put into play, all to claim the power slumbering within your world. The soul of Azeroth wounded, vulnerable, yet teeming with potential. Potential that I will use to eradicate this flawed reality. Death claims the soul of your world. Now, bear witness, mortals, to eternity's end. This must not be.
You have betrayed your duty as Arbiter, and shall be bound forevermore.
Your madness has threatened the cycle of life and death entire.
You could have sought another way, brother. Imagine what we could have accomplished together.
Why, Zovar? What drove you to this end? You preserve that which is doomed. A cosmos divided will not survive. What is to come?
The flow of souls into the Maw has ended. The Covenants and the Shadowlands have been restored. Only one task remains. Sylvanas Windrunner, the time for your judgment is at hand. There can be no true justice without compassion. And I can see your deeds bear the mark of the Jailer's influence. An influence we failed to contain.
The Jailer did not control me. My actions were mine alone, and I accept their consequences.
Then, you know in your heart to whom you must answer.
I submit to the judgment of Tyrande Whisperwind.
Entrusting justice to your most fervent adversary. Are there any gathered here who object to this fate? So be it.
What game do you play now, Banshee? The Sylvanas I hunted would never submit to the blade of her enemy.
Death would be a merciful end, Tyrande. And I do not expect your mercy.
Your newfound remorse might be genuine, but it can never erase all you have done. There will be no peace for you, Windrunner, until there is peace for the souls of your victims. The prisoner is in my charge now. Bring her!
True justice brings both punishment and renewal. I trust in Tyrande to achieve both.
And now, after so long, there is much we need to say to one another.
I know, sisters. But judgment comes.
Below lies the Maw, an unjust fate to which you doomed so many. And it will be there that your penance begins. Every soul lost in its depths betrayed, or condemned, you shall find and send forth to the Arbiter, to be judged with the compassion all souls deserve. You will toil there, under Dorotha's watchful eye, scouring every darkened reach, until the final soul is free, and you are all that remains. This is how you shall bring renewal to your victims and my people.
However long it takes, it shall be done.
Undo Falador, old friend. Watch her well. The Banshee's penance will save countless lost souls. A fate that would not have come to pass had I slain her in Ardenweald. Perhaps that is why Mother Moon stayed my hand. I thank you for your aid. Soon I must return to Azeroth to begin healing the Kaldori and preserving our future.
For so long there had been little more than hatred and malice in our sister's eyes. To at last see a glimmer of the Sylvanas we knew.
I had ceased hoping for such a thing. I am pleased we had a chance to speak with her, Verisa.
I only wish we'd had more time.
As do I. But if she stays true to her word and sees this obligation through, perhaps one day we will.
It will never be like it was before. The pain she inflicted upon the Kaldori, upon the world. How could she ever answer for it?
I'm not certain she can. But if her penance brings any measure of peace to those she wronged, at least it is a start.
You are right, Lady Sun. Our family has endured so much darkness. We must find a way to cling to hope.
Yes, Little Moon. Mother. Father. Lyrith. They are only memories. We thought our sister was as well. But now, we shall see.
Well met, King Greymane.
Regent Lord.
I hope the fate of Sylvanas Windrunner brings the Alliance some measure of peace.
Peace. You stand in the Shadowlands, Regent Lord. Ask the dead she sent here whether they feel peace. As for me, that's something I will never know. Not while the monster who killed my son still endures.
I understand. My people are haunted by the deeds of monsters as well.
And what of you? Are you hoping that the Ranger General you served comes back from the Maw, or would you prefer having your war chief again?
I spent most of my life alongside the Windrunner family. Sylvanas was my hero, and my friend. But the Banshee who nearly led the Horde to ruin was neither.
Then you shouldn't have followed her commands. Good day, Regent Lord.
Good day, King Greymane.
I can't tell you how relieved I am to see you safe, my king. Even after reading Jaina's reports, I can scarcely imagine the horrors you endured.
There were times I thought I would never escape the jailer's control. The things he made me do.
Those actions were not your fault. You cannot blame yourself.
I should have been stronger.
Anduin Rin, you are the strongest man I know. And when you return to Stormwind, the whole kingdom will tell you the same.
I can't go back, Ken. Not yet.
But the people need
Turalian will keep the Alliance safe in my absence. And I know you watch over everyone we care about. Old Wolf.
Of course. Take whatever time you need. And when you're ready, please, come home.
Those we lost await us here, among these countless afterlives. Is there anyone you would seek out, Bane? For one last conversation before you return to the land of the living?
No need to spare my feelings, Lordaeron. You are asking if I wish to find my father. The truth is, I do not need to. His spirit is always with me, wherever I go, whatever I do, guiding me just as his ancestors guided him. And what of you? Is there someone you would visit, given this chance?
Prince Kael'thas. Long have I held the title of Regent Lord, all the while wondering if I was truly suited to lead my people. I would ask the last liege of Silvermoon if he regrets the choices he made. A chance to mend old wounds, and perhaps feel that the torch has truly been passed.
A feeling I understand all too well. I pray your conversation brings you the peace you seek, my friend.
A mortal life is so incredibly brief. I questioned whether any actions taken within that span of time could truly be worthy of eternal torment.
I confess that as an aspirant, I did not think of such things, only of duty. It was not until I witnessed Uther's plight that I recognized the injustice of the Maw.
Never again will a mortal soul be sent to its depths. All deserve a chance at redemption. Recent events have shown us that a single mortal soul, in fact, every mortal soul, can alter the course of eternity.
Indeed, for good or for ill. In the end, it was mortals and their decisions that shaped the fate of the Shadowlands.
As Arbiter, I will take that lesson to heart. Every soul will be treated with compassion and will be given a voice in which afterlife awaits them.
Why are you here, Anduin? Your kingdom and your friends are awaiting your return.
My friends. The ones I almost killed. They believe my hands are clean. But they don't feel clean.
It is perilous to confuse what you are made to do with what you choose to do.
How can I not when it all blurs together? It was so horrific and exhilarating. And it sickens me to think that satisfaction may have been mine.
Ah, so that's why you've come. You fear you might not be who you thought you were.
I'm starting to wonder if I ever knew. For the first time in my life, I'm afraid that if I call on the light, it won't answer. If I've no trust in myself, how can I expect my kingdom to trust me? To put their faith in me when mine has faltered?
Must you bear that weight?
A king does not have a choice.
No choice? I thought you believed in free will.
I need time to think about many things.
Anduin, I have faced who I was and accepted what I've done. Now, the work begins.
Yes, it does. Farewell, Sylvanas Windrunner. Until our paths cross again.
Farewell, little lion.
Tyrande Whisperwind, you came to my realm in pursuit of justice. Did you find it?
I came here seeking vengeance. But within these groves, and by the light of Elune, I found something I feared lost. Hope.
And thanks to that choice, a sister's bond, once broken, has been mended. This tear was born of sorrow. Now it shall become a vessel of renewal. These souls were saved from the darkness of the moon. Unto them I have offered eternal tranquility in the boughs of Ardenweald. They have chosen instead to become part of a new beginning for their kin. This seed embodies the cycle of death and life. I offer it to you, Tyrande Whisperwind. May it bring your people happiness and peace.
On behalf of all the Kaldori, I thank you. Andu Falador. Ysera, my beloved friend. Could it truly be so?
Yes. I sense this seed is touched by the dream as well as by Ardenweald. A symbol of the crucial balance between life and death.
Then it must be kept safe until it can take root.
I know of a place it can be protected, but it has been so long. Bring the seed to my daughter. Marithra will know where it should be taken.
Are you not returning to Azeroth with us? Surely the Winter Queen will allow you to—
When the Queen used her own essence to revive me from the Wild Seed, it bound my soul to this realm. I cannot leave it. Not without great sacrifice.
Then tell us the price, and it shall be paid.
No, my friends. The Kaldori need you beside them once more. If Elune wills it, I shall soar through Azeroth's skies again. One day.
Who are... Oh, my apologies. I did not recognize you at first. I hope that the old wolf has sent you to help. I believe doing so could benefit the Alliance just as much as the Horde.
I will join the meeting, but we must ensure that the outskirts of Brill are secure.
Behold, as my creation eradicates the Blight! You may applaud at any time. No! My beautiful construct! Dash it all! How can we hope to succeed now?
And that's where we stand. Sylvanas is gone, and our homeland remains overrun with toxic blight. I will attend this gathering. After all, someone needs to make sure Calia gets a chance to speak up for herself. What are we going to do about the plague in the Undercity?
Don't you mean what are we going to do about her?
We should focus on the Blight. Farinell, do we have any more of your Plague Eaters?
This is my last one! And it's a puny thing. I can make more, but to be effective, they must be formulated to survive the plague!
If I may, our allies in the Shadowlands might be able to provide insight. In particular, the Plague Lords of Maldraxxus. Master Apothecary, what do you need to make your creation stronger?
Nothing less than a pure, undiluted sample of that plague. From deep within its reaches.
Very well. I will help acquire that sample for you. Stay close, and be wary. I can't hold back the effects of the Blight for long, and we don't know what threats are lurking out there. This should be far enough. Hurry! Get the sample. That's it! We need to get back. My shield is starting to fail! Keep fighting, we're almost there!
She did it. And survived.
I hope you're right about their expertise, Lady Menethil. This could give us a fighting chance to restore the city.
Farinell, we'll need to bring your last Plague Eater with us too.
Do be careful with it. Should these Plague Lords bolster its resilience, the apothecaries can replicate it many times over.
The Forsaken were raised through necromancy, and this shared origin has provided them a sense of unity. I, however, was raised by the light. That difference has caused me to wonder if I can ever truly find a place among them.
Necromancy is the art of animating unliving flesh. Here in Maldraxxus, we use the magic of death to accomplish our craft. But whether these rituals are empowered by death, or light, or any other magic, necromancy is necromancy. You perceive a difference where there is none, child.
Then perhaps I have found my purpose. Thank you, Margrave. Your perspective has been a great help.
We have replicated and loaded my improved Plague Eaters. We are ready to deploy.
Master Apothecary, you should know that the Blight sample we took to Maldraxxus took form and became aggressive.
Really? I suppose that should make it easier to kill. Ingenious! Wish I'd thought of that.
Meet us down in the courtyard now that the ruins are clearing. No more Banshee Queen. The Forsaken have many different points of view, and we should be led by a council, not a single ruler.
My fellow Dark Rangers and I are with you.
Are we really going to trust a Menethil on the council?
I cannot escape the shadows of my past, but I have no desire for a throne. My place is here among you, and I vow to serve all our people.
I take you at your words, Lady Menethil. And we, the Apothecaries, will help shape our brighter future.
For Lordaeron.
Then it's settled. We are the Desolate Council. We are the Forsaken.
In time, we found a place here within the ruins of Lordaeron. But after it was blighted in the war, we feared we had lost this home too. Today, we not only reclaimed our legacy, we began a new path forward. And for aiding our cause, we owe you a great debt. Many of the Kaldori raised during the battle for Darkshore wish to remain here with the Dark Rangers. But any who choose to depart and rejoin the Alliance are free to do so. Adiel Shala. Farewell.
Within this hall, we shared ceremonies, celebrations, and tragedy. I loved my family, and on one fateful day, I lost them all. Now I am all that remains of the once proud Menethil line. The last heir to a legacy that ended in shame.
So you ran away from the pain. I did too. But it was only when I stopped running that I understood. Those people out there, they're my family now.
But will they ever truly accept me, bearing a name forever stained by a brother's sins? Just as these flagstones are stained by my father's blood.
We are all the same here, Calia. Seeking our place, despite everything we've lost. But it's a long road, and we will need your help.
Then, let us find our place together.
As Forsaken.
Hello, Jaina.
Khadgar, it's good to see you again. When we last parted, I regret that...
Those were perilous times. The Legion's attack, then the war. I think we both needed to find our own way through. I have no hard feelings. Only friendship.
I feel the same. But surely you didn't come all the way to the Shadowlands just to find me.
No. For years I've read about this place in Medivh's books. I stood atop Karazhan and caught glimpses through the veil. I suppose I wanted to gaze upon the realms of death with mine own eyes before.
Is everything all right, Khadgar?
I feel the weight of years upon me, Jaina. The burdens carried, the choices made. Forgive the musings of an old man. I think I'll look round and see these Shadowlands a bit. See what wonders I can find. I've heard tales of conniving brokers, a city of secrets, and a land of ancient knowledge. How intriguing.
Sounds like you'll be keeping busy. Just don't leave without saying goodbye. I've missed you, old friend.
Count on it, Jaina. Be seeing you.
Father, I've been thinking about when we last spoke, and I wanted you to know, I will never agree with your choice to hide the truth that you were still alive. But I understand why you did it, and that you didn't mean to hurt me.
I believed I would be trapped in that ice forever, holding the Scourge at bay. I thought that was the only path left for me. I dared not hope for anything more. When the helm was broken, and I was free, I was afraid.
Bolvar Dragon, champion of the Alliance. Afraid? Of what?
Of you. That the daughter I loved with all my heart would find me and see only a monster.
No, I see you for the hero you are. And the father you can yet be, if you're willing.
I won't waste this chance, Taelia. I promise you. Without the Helm of Domination to control them, the Scourge roams leaderless.
Nothing remains to temper their aggression.
Indeed. The mightiest among them already vie for supremacy, like vicious warlords in the wake of their king's death.
We cannot allow any of them to seize command and unite their forces. The Ebon Blade must remain vigilant.
And so we shall. Though Azeroth may never truly be rid of the Scourge, we will keep them in check. You have my word.
Icecrown Citadel remains a seat of dark power. We must not let it fall into enemy hands. Perhaps I should return to...
No, Bolvar. Let the Frozen Throne sit vacant. The Knights of the Ebon Blade will safeguard the Citadel in your stead. Taelia needs her father.
Darion, thank you. Strange, is it not? We both lived lives of service, and even after facing death itself, we still feel compelled to serve others.
Sometimes, the greatest act of service is to be present for those who need us. Until we meet again, High Lord.
These reports are alarming, Lady Liadrin. Tranquillion is in danger of being overrun by Scourge?
Their forces appear far too organized for this to be some random attack. Perhaps we should request additional aid from our Horde allies.
And waste more time awaiting their arrival? No. We must address this at once.
Then we must call up those still in training. We will hold the line and keep Quel'Thalas safe. I swear it.
Very well. I will open the way and meet you in Tranquillion.
Lady Liadrin, are you sure about bringing up trainees to fight? This is no mere training exercise.
I am. You will find their skills are more than adequate, but I shall let their performance prove it. They are ready.
I look forward to good news then. May the Eternal Sun guide you, Liadrin.
Finally! It feels as if I've been in training for ages. Send me to Tranquillion!
Salandria, this will be no easy task. More will be expected of you than any other.
Then I should prove myself, right? You said it yourself. We'll hold the line and keep Quel'Thalas safe. I intend to do just that.
By the light. Quickly, get into town.
Send them here.
Have arrived.
Take him down while we finish the ward.
See you soon.
That's not very reassuring. Quickly, to the next ward.
I have overcome death.
There he is again! Put him down for good!
Do you sense the futility yet?
One more ward to go. I suspect we'll soon have company. Here he comes!
You think to be rid of me so easily?
That's it! I sensed a surge of magic coming from Deathholm at the moment of his demise. Let's get back to Liadrin and report what we have found.
Salandria, report your findings. What do we face at Deathholm?
Even more Scourge than anticipated. But we managed to get close enough to look inside. That Sanlane Aethys mentioned had some sort of crystal array. He kept appearing within it, almost as if summoned.
That explains the surge of magic I sensed. That traitor has found a way to cheat his own death.
If we can overpower his safeguards, perhaps we can send his accursed soul to the Shadowlands for good.
Then that is our next move. Upstairs there is a weapon. If infused with the proper power and wielded by worthy hands, it just might change our fortunes.
My portal can take you as far as Orgrimmar. Hurry, we have no time to waste.
I'll meet you there, in the Shadowlands. We can defeat him, no problem.
There will be blood. I never said you would fight me.
Nar Dalel! What a dirty trick!
Well fought. I admit I did not expect such a battle from you. Meet me down below, and I'll empower your Ranseur.
Perfect! One down, one to go. I'll meet you in Bastion next. This looks like it might give us an edge.
Often what looks like a shortcut only leads to grief. Stay true to your path.
Stay true to my path. Let's return to the Matriarch and report our success.
Strange. Speaking with you, it is as if a long-forgotten memory flickers in my mind.
Perhaps I remind you of my mentor, Lady Liadrin? She said she was adopted like me by a man named Vandalor.
I do not recall. To better focus upon the service I perform, I let go of my mortal memories. Even so, it was a pleasure to meet you, young one. May your weapon serve you well.
Wipe the Scourge from the dead scar. We will meet you at the gates of Deathholm.
Ah, once more the rabble arrives for a showdown. Have you learned nothing? What is this? What have you done to that weapon? Stop killing me!
Quickly now! Use the Ranseur on his body before he comes back to life! Get behind me!
You will fall!
Are you two all right?
Still standing, and thank you for the shield. I think I may still have a few lessons to learn.
One never stops learning, little Phoenix. Come, let's get back to Silvermoon.
I will inform the Ebon Blade of what transpired. If the Scourge caused such problems here, I suspect matters in Northrend may be even worse. But regardless, your efforts must be lauded. When our lands were threatened, you stood strong and held the line.
Know that you have our gratitude, and that you set a shining example for the future. For Quel'Thalas.
For Quel'Thalas.
You can have anything you desire.